Everyone, Assalamu alaikum, and we have a quick overview over the course content, study skills, and now we are discussing the content number 9, organizing information for study. Okay, here is the content in front of you: memorization, concept for information map, comparison chart, timeline, process diagram, informal outline, branching diagrams, and how we can use this book effectively. uh, I will tell you. Use the pragmatic approach means the practical or the realistic one. Okay, we are going to the chapter number 10. Our learning objective is here: creating graphic organizer, how we can study the graph, how visual format is used, how we construct the chart, and learn the ideas and the use of flashcard. So here is an outcome there. Pragmatic means practical and the realistic one. Pragmatic means practical and the realistic. Your attitude toward the studies is too much committed. You will be persistent. Persistent is the willingness to do sustain effort over time even in the face of difficulty. And the commitment. From the notes, if you want to be study, what kind of method you have to be adopt. And first, you will be key point these point like there is some use of that. Yes, here it is. Okay, well, there is a graphic organizer you can see in screen. Concept map. A graphic organizer is a type of chart, table, diagram, or other format for arranging the ideas to show their relationship. These are the some form of graphically presenting the data. Concept map, tabular form, chart one, hierarchy diagram from top to bottom and from bottom to top, and the process of function diagram that is very helpful when you will like to be elaborate different parts of anything like a flower and the other things. The fourth one is the branches or the cluster, the map, the mind map, just like a mind map. So we click over the first one, the concept map. Yes, concept map is that type of diagram where the main idea is broken down into the small concepts in there. The main key ideas is there, and the subdivision and sub classification are divided into in it. Just like that, here is a in that diagram you can say that uh, critical thinking, has some flaw in argument, which is called the fallacy, a mistaken argument. So we have different types of fallacies. There is a mean adding, common fallacy, and it is subdivided into these: glittering, transfer, testimonial, plain fog, bandwagon. So how you can in that manner you can define this. So concept map, the main head and the subheading, the subcategory is divided through that chart. Like that main idea, you can see that from the article, the main idea where the conclusion is there, and glitching generalities where you find some mistake in over generalization, over simplification, and transfer it, endorse something and refer to some authority, and if the no authority and references are there, and plain talk with the audience is not reliable, and bandwagon, everyone is doing that, everyone is saying that. So in that manner you will define. There's another way. The second one is hierarchy diagram. Hierarchy is a set of arrangement of ideas from bottom to top and top to bottom, into the top order to lower order and lower order to the bottom. And there is a hierarchy, there is a step toward it. So what kind of hierarchy, like just in the theory of Maslow hierarchy need theory, there is some needs. Which one is a biological need? The first one, when we satisfy, we go toward the next level of need. Then belongingness and love, esteem, and the final one is the self-actualization. This one is the stage cases, steps from bottom to top and top to bottom. So this will be well explained in the form of flow of hierarchy diagrams. Okay, we have one more way to explain our data, and mainly in different books: the cycle, the process, the stages, and the function and diagram, like the water cycle, the rain and snow come, and then cloud evaporate, it turn into some, uh, come from the ocean, and from the ocean, the run of the groundwater are there, and again this cycle rehappen. Again the cloud, the rain, the water, and then ocean again evaporate and turn into the cloud, and this water cycle again used it. So process diagram or is illustrated the different steps and stages that are interconnected with each, and like a digestive system, like a circulation of blood, like a nervous system, and just like a water cycle. Here I will mention in the diagram in front of you. In a function diagram, where the diagram in relationship of interdependence are explained, first stage, then second stage, and then the third stage. Another way to representing the diagram is branching diagram. Branching diagram is very good to illustrate. Is an idea cluster. A lot of ideas are there, and it's divided into different formats, just like that. Uh, yes, here it is. In a function diagram, you will be explained this by the function. Like it is a flower, and you will be explain each part of flower by the function diagram. And in branch diagram you will be explained like that idea cluster. That was an amazing example in front of you, like a graphic organizer in the form of concept map. And concept map is divided into two: the hierarchical and the spatial. Any spatial means um, artistic, diagrammatic. Comparison chart are there where we find similarities, differences, characteristics, categories are there. In function diagram, different part, different function, different interdependence are there. Function diagram. In branching, notes taking lecture, organized speech, organized essay, free from many users. So these are the branch. In form outline, lecture note, textbook, organized essay or speech, linear form of writing. In process diagram, method, process, steps, stages are there. So through the branching diagram, one main head is divided into the sub part and it all further rooted in that idea. That's why all the mind mapping, the idea cluster or the branch diagram. And we divide it into five, and five is further divided into many. So that's why it's called the branch, just like a tree. So that was the representation of data in the different diagrams form. We have seen the concept map, the hierarchy map, the process and function diagram, and the fourth one is the branch or cluster idea. In concept map, we list the main head and subdivided into different heads. Subcategories are there. Hierarchy diagram from top to bottom and bottom to top, different stages of process are there. Process and function diagram where you present the stages and that are interdependent and interconnected with each other, and also mention the parts. Branches of cluster diagram is very popular. The idea map, clustering of all ideas. Okay, comparison chart is very important. Where you compare in that manner. Uh, if you want to be compare one book to another, you will be draw a chart. Check the language, informal, usual formal, entertain, formal or informal, or descriptive, or pursuing, maybe emotional or slanted. Goal, you will check the author to instruct or explain, informal one, to amuse, to delight, engage, and imaginations are there. Pursuit, to change readers' minds, to influence the other. And type of material, inform, in informal textbook, period journal are there, periodicals and journals are there. For entertainment, short stories, novel, poem, essay, stories, success stories are there. Pursuing, book, editorial, magazine, article, research paper. You will compare informal and for presenting and noting the keynotes, you will be take two steps: the formal and the informal. You will draw the informal outline, and you will take a piece of paper and put their key points there in a systematic manner. Might be in a concept map, might be in the form of a branch diagram, or in a modern days you can also use a computer file, the word document, where you noted down the all content and we read it. Here is an example to draw how you will draw the informal outline. You will first mention the date in the top and the title of the topic, just like that. Here is a theory, is a motivation theory, Maslow hierarchy need theory. Originator, who is the originator, who is the proposer, Abraham Maslow, who is a psychologist. Theory, what is the theory? Theory tells you the we have five basic motivate human behavior, and which is turned from lowest to the highest one: biological, safety; third one, belongingness, love; fourth, esteem, self-esteem; and finally, self-actualization. This one is a theory. Then you will note down what is the weakness of theory. People don't always act according to that hierarchy, not necessarily people following that hierarchy. This one is a one weakness, and the second one is the higher level need might be satisfied before a low level. When you do reading, you will be extract the weakness of the theory. Fourth, the strength means the merit of the theory. Researcher agree theory useful because it describe motivation and journey. So in that manner, you will be prepare your keynotes by keep recording your lectures. You have one more way. This one is very effective. You will prepare the flashcard for study and the review. Most probably, most frequently used in the vocabulary when you want to learn and memorize the vocabulary and the key terms. You will be type the words, and the back you will be write the meaning in tonum, synonym in the original. So this is very helpful. Terms and definition cards are drawn. You will draw the line physics and mention the definition of physics, mention the quantum physics, and then mention the theory of quantum physics. Concept card where you draw the key acronym like COOP, SQRR, and ADA, SMARTY, GOAL, and you have to draw the concept there and give their points. You will also draw the flashcard of QA, question answer card, where you write a question in front of the front and answer on the back side. So keep it remember. You will ask a question about by yourself, and then we'll review by checking the answer. So this flashcard technique is very important to retain, recall, and review all the content. Here is an example. Uh, for the terms and definition. In front of a card, you will write the term and the vocabulary, and the back side the meaning. And just like that, you will draw the concept like just Bloom taxonomy are there it's mentioned, and then you will be draw the hierarchy. In a question answer session, what is the rational number is a question, and you will be website, you will put the answer. So in flashcard is used for recalling, retaining, and the review. So there's some questions. Um, Pragmatic, committed, and persistent means you will be stay focused and keep study, be practical, be useful. And what type of study guide lists item according to their order of importance, set the values, set the importance. Where do you get the information for making graph organizer by the different chart, diagram, process diagram, and you will learn, study from that diagram and table. What is the one type of organizer that you have noticed in one of your texts of explain we saw the graphic organizer and how it was used? Most of the time, the process diagram or the branch diagram are also already mentioned in the book. What is the difference between the process diagram and the function diagram? In process diagram, there is a stem cell link with each other. In a function diagram, the part and the function of any things apart is divided, just like a CPU, brain, arithmetic logic unit, memory unit. So input, output, processing machine, these are the division. What type of study to illustrate, categorize similarities and differences? You will draw a comparison chart and then answer the similarities and differences. How does the informal outline differ from the formal outline? In informal outline, you will roughly draft a note on the top of the headings and summarize the keynote. So that's all about this session. We will be meeting the next session with a more new content.